My beloved brothers and sisters, many people spend their lives chasing happiness, not realizing that happiness comes and goes. One moment you feel joyful, the next moment life changes. But peace, real peace, stays with you even when life is difficult. That is why Islam teaches us to seek tranquility of the heart, not temporary excitement of the world. Happiness depends on circumstances, on people, on things going your way. Peace depends on Allah. When your heart is connected to Him, you remain calm, even when everything around you is falling apart. The Prophet ﷺ taught us that true richness is not in possessions, but in contentment of the soul. So don't exhaust yourself chasing happiness. Seek peace through faith, patience, and trust in Allah. Because when peace settles in your heart, happiness follows naturally. But when you chase happiness alone, peace often disappears. Happiness changes, but peace remains. Happiness is often tied to moments, a good day, good news, a smile from someone you love. It rises quickly and can fade just as fast. Peace, however, is deeper than emotion. It settles in the heart and remains steady even when happiness disappears. Islam teaches us to value what lasts over what fluctuates. Many people feel confused when happiness leaves, thinking something is wrong with their faith. But happiness was never meant to stay permanently. Allah did not promise constant joy. He promised tranquility for the hearts that remember Him. Peace stays even when emotions change. Happiness depends on what happens around you. Peace depends on what lives within you. When circumstances shift, happiness reacts, but peace remains calm. A heart anchored to Allah does not collapse with every change. Life will always move between ease and hardship. If your heart depends only on happiness, it will constantly rise and fall. But if it depends on peace, it will remain stable through every season. This stability is a gift from Allah. Peace allows you to breathe calmly even in pain. You may still feel sadness, but it does not consume you. You may still cry, but your heart does not panic. This is the strength. Peace gives the ability to endure without breaking. Happiness asks for things to go right. Peace accepts that sometimes things will go wrong. Acceptance does not mean weakness, it means trust. Trust in Allah's wisdom softens the heart when life feels heavy. Many chase happiness through people, achievements or possessions, but when these change, happiness disappears. Peace is not dependent on any of these. It grows from contentment with Allah's decree. When peace lives in your heart, disappointment does not destroy you. Loss does not empty you. Silence does not scare you. You understand that Allah remains even when everything else changes. Peace does not remove emotion, it balances it. You still feel joy, sadness, hope, and fear, but none of them control you. Your heart stays grounded because its foundation is faith, not feeling. A peaceful heart does not demand life to be easy. It asks Allah for strength to handle what comes. This mindset brings relief. You stop fighting reality and start flowing with divine wisdom. Happiness may leave when plans fail. Peace stays when trust remains. Trusting Allah turns confusion into calm. You may not understand why something happened, but your heart stays at rest. Peace teaches patience. It allows you to wait without anxiety. You no longer rush outcomes or fear delays. You believe that what Allah writes will arrive at the right time. When peace replaces the chase for happiness, comparison fades. You stop measuring your life against others. You accept your journey as it is, trusting Allah's timing. A heart filled with peace does not depend on constant stimulation. Silence no longer feels empty. Being alone no longer feels frightening. Peace fills spaces that happiness never could. Happiness changes with circumstances, but peace remains with faith. When your heart chooses peace through Allah, life becomes lighter. Storms may come, but they no longer live inside you. Peace comes from trusting Allah, not circumstances. Peace does not come when life finally becomes perfect. If peace depended on circumstances, no one would ever truly have it. Life constantly changes. Ease turns into hardship, and certainty turns into confusion. True peace comes when the heart trusts Allah regardless of what is happening around it. When you trust circumstances, your emotions rise and fall with events. A good day brings calm, a bad day brings anxiety. But when you trust Allah, your heart remains steady. You understand that circumstances are temporary, but Allah is constant. Trusting Allah means believing that everything happening to you is under His control. Nothing reaches you without His permission. This belief softens fear and reduces overthinking. You stop asking, why is this happening? And start saying, Allah knows what I do not. Peace grows when you surrender outcomes to Allah. You still plan, work and strive, but you do not obsess over results. Trust allows effort without desperation. The heart rests knowing that Allah decides what is best. Circumstances often test faith. They reveal whether the heart relies on stability or on Allah. When conditions are difficult and peace remains, it is a sign of deep trust. This kind of peace cannot be shaken easily. Trusting Allah does not mean ignoring pain. It means carrying pain without panic. You may feel sadness, fear or uncertainty, but you are not consumed by them. Trust acts like an anchor that keeps the heart grounded. When you trust circumstances, disappointment feels personal. But when you trust Allah, disappointment becomes a lesson. You believe that what did not work out was never meant to harm you. This belief brings relief. Peace comes when you accept that Allah's plan may differ from yours. Acceptance does not remove effort. It removes resistance. Resistance creates tension, but acceptance brings calm. Many people seek peace by trying to control everything. Control creates anxiety. Trust releases it. When you hand over what you cannot control to Allah, your heart lightens. Trusting Allah helps you face uncertainty with courage. You stop fearing the unknown because you know who controls it. This confidence allows peace to settle even when answers are missing. Circumstances are unpredictable, but Allah is not. When your heart is tied to Him, instability outside does not disturb stability inside. This is the essence of peace in Islam. Trust transforms waiting into patience. Instead of restlessness, you find calm endurance. You believe that delays carry wisdom even if you cannot see it yet. When you trust Allah, you stop seeking peace through people. People may support you, but they cannot guarantee peace. Allah alone provides the tranquility the heart needs. Trusting Allah allows you to sleep with fewer worries. You stop replaying scenarios and start resting in faith. Peace enters when the mind stops racing. Even in hardship, trusting Allah brings clarity. You understand that tests are not signs of abandonment. They are part of growth. This understanding soothes the heart. Peace grows when you remember Allah often. Dhikr strengthens trust. The more you remember Him, the less power circumstances have over your emotions. Trusting Allah shifts your focus from fear to faith. You stop imagining worst outcomes and start expecting divine mercy. Hope replaces anxiety. When peace comes from trust, it does not depend on success or failure. It depends on connection with Allah. This connection stabilizes the heart. Trust teaches humility. You accept that you do not control everything. This humility removes pressure and brings calm acceptance. A heart that trusts Allah does not crumble under pressure. It bends, but it does not break. This resilience is a sign of true peace. Peace does not mean life becomes easy. It means the heart becomes strong. And when peace comes from trusting Allah, no circumstance can take it away. Contentment is richer than pleasure. Contentment is one of the greatest gifts Allah places in a heart. Pleasure excites the senses for a moment, but contentment calms the soul for a lifetime. Islam teaches us that real richness is not having more, but wanting less. A content heart rests even when possessions are few. Pleasure depends on stimulation, something new, something exciting, something external. When that stimulation fades, the emptiness returns. Contentment does not rely on excitement. It relies on acceptance of what Allah has chosen for you. Many people chase pleasure, believing it will make them feel fulfilled. They move from one desire to another, always searching. Contentment ends that search. It tells the heart, what Allah has given me is enough for now. Contentment brings peace during both ease and hardship. When life is good, it prevents arrogance. When life is difficult, it prevents despair. This balance protects the heart from emotional extremes. Pleasure often increases desire, but contentment reduces it. The more you taste contentment, the less you feel deprived. Your heart stops comparing and starts appreciating. The Prophet ﷺ taught us that true wealth is the richness of the soul. A content person may have little, yet feel abundant. A pleasure seeker may have much, yet feel empty. This is the difference faith makes. Contentment allows you to enjoy blessings without clinging to them. You appreciate what you have without fearing its loss. This freedom is priceless. Pleasure is fragile. A small change can remove it. Contentment is strong. It remains even when circumstances shift. This strength comes from trust in Allah's wisdom. When you are content, you stop measuring your life against others. Comparison fades and gratitude grows. You recognize that Allah's distribution is just, even when it differs from your desires. Contentment trains the heart to focus on meaning rather than excitement. You begin to value peace, stability, and faith over constant stimulation. Life becomes calmer. Pleasure can distract from purpose. Contentment aligns you with it. When you are content, you are more focused on obedience than on desire. Contentment does not mean you stop striving. It means you strive without restlessness. You work hard, but your happiness does not depend on results alone. A content heart sleeps peacefully. It is not haunted by what ifs or why not me. Trust in Allah quiets the mind. Contentment grows through gratitude. When you thank Allah for what you have, your heart feels fuller. Gratitude turns little into enough. Pleasure often demands more. Contentment accepts limits. Accepting limits brings peace, not frustration. It teaches humility. When you choose contentment, envy weakens. You stop wishing for what others have and start valuing what Allah gave you. This shift heals the heart. Contentment allows you to face loss with patience. You understand that what Allah takes was never meant to stay forever. This understanding reduces pain. Pleasure fades with time. Contentment deepens with faith. The more you trust Allah, the more content your heart becomes. Contentment protects you from burnout. You stop chasing endless satisfaction. Life slows down and the heart rests. A content heart is harder to disturb. External noise loses its power. Peace becomes your natural state. Contentment is richer than pleasure because it lasts. It does not depend on circumstances or people. It depends on faith. And a heart filled with faith is the richest heart of all. Letting go brings calm to the heart. Letting go is not weakness. It is wisdom taught by faith. Many hearts suffer not because of what happened, but because of what they keep holding on to. Islam teaches us that the heart finds calm when it releases what Allah has already taken away. Peace begins when you stop gripping what was never meant to stay. Holding on creates tension inside the soul. You replay moments, words, and disappointments, hoping they will change. But the past does not respond to pressure. Letting go frees the heart from a battle it was never meant to fight. When you let go, you are not saying the pain didn't matter. You are saying Allah matters more. You are choosing trust over resentment and surrender over control. This choice softens the heart and opens the door to tranquility. Many people fear letting go because they think it means losing. In reality, letting go is how you stop losing yourself. Allah replaces what you release with calm, clarity, and emotional strength. Letting go teaches acceptance. You accept that not everything will make sense and not everyone will stay. Acceptance removes inner resistance, and resistance is what creates emotional pain. The heart becomes heavy when it clings to unanswered questions. Why did this happen? Why did they change? Why did it end this way? Letting go means trusting that Allah knows the answers, even if you do not. When you let go of control, anxiety weakens. You stop trying to manage outcomes that belong to Allah alone. This surrender brings relief because the heart was never designed to carry that burden. Letting go also protects your dignity. You stop chasing explanations, apologies, or closure from people who cannot give it. Allah becomes your source of closure, and His closure brings peace. Sometimes letting go means releasing expectations. You expected people to understand you, to stay loyal, or to care deeply. When expectations fall, disappointment follows. Releasing them restores inner calm. Letting go clears mental space. Thoughts become lighter, less repetitive. Your mind stops revisiting old wounds and starts focusing on present blessings. Calm grows where clutter once lived. Allah invites us to let go so He can take over. When you hold tightly, you block divine ease. When you release, Allah steps in with wisdom and mercy. Trust unlocks calm. Letting go does not mean you forget. It means you stop allowing the memory to control your emotions. You remember with acceptance instead of pain. This emotional maturity is a gift from Allah. A heart that lets go learns patience. It understands that healing takes time and that rushing it only deepens wounds. Calm comes when you allow healing to unfold naturally. Letting go helps you forgive, even if reconciliation is not possible. Forgiveness frees your heart from carrying anger. Allah rewards the heart that chooses peace over revenge. When you let go, you stop fighting reality. Fighting reality exhausts the soul. Accepting it allows peace to enter quietly. Calm follows acceptance. Letting go also brings clarity. You begin to see situations more honestly, without emotional attachment clouding judgment. Wisdom increases and confusion fades. The calm that comes from letting go is gentle but powerful. It does not erase sadness completely, but it balances it. You feel lighter even while remembering. Allah never asked you to carry what He did not decree. Letting go is obedience to His will. Obedience brings peace because it aligns the heart with divine order. Letting go teaches humility. You accept that some things are beyond your control. This humility removes pressure and replaces it with trust. A heart that lets go sleeps better. It is not haunted by constant mental noise. Calm nights follow surrendered days. Letting go allows you to move forward without dragging the past behind you. Progress becomes possible when the heart is no longer tied to what was. Sometimes Allah delays calm until you let go, not as punishment, but as invitation. Calm arrives when surrender does. Letting go does not make you careless. It makes you wise. You learn where to invest emotion and where to withdraw it. When you let go, you make room for Allah's replacements. He never takes without giving something better, sometimes better in peace, not in form. Letting go strengthens faith. Each release is a declaration of trust. Each trust deepens calm. And when you finally let go fully, you feel it, the quiet calm in the heart. The kind of calm that does not depend on answers, people, or outcomes. Just trust in Allah and peace that stays. When the heart finds peace, happiness follows. When the heart finds peace, happiness no longer needs to be chased. It arrives quietly, naturally, without pressure. Islam teaches us that peace is the foundation, not the reward. Once the heart settles with Allah, happiness becomes a byproduct, not a goal. Many people spend their lives running after happiness, exhausting their souls in the process. They believe happiness must be created, forced, or achieved. But when peace enters the heart, happiness comes on its own, without effort. Peace calms the inner noise that blocks joy. When the heart is no longer anxious, resentful, or restless, it becomes open to lightness. Happiness flows into the spaces that peace clears. A peaceful heart is not constantly negotiating with the world. It is not demanding people to behave a certain way or life to unfold perfectly. This lack of resistance allows happiness to exist freely. When peace settles, the heart stops fighting reality. It accepts Allah's decree with trust. Acceptance removes tension, and tension is what suffocates happiness. Happiness fades when it depends on conditions. Peace remains when it depends on Allah. Once peace is present, happiness no longer collapses when circumstances change. A peaceful heart does not fear loss the way a restless heart does. It understands that everything belongs to Allah. This understanding removes fear, allowing happiness to grow without attachment. When the heart finds peace, comparison loses its grip. You stop measuring your life against others. Without comparison, contentment grows and happiness finds space to settle. Peace creates emotional stability. You may still experience joy and sadness, but neither overwhelms you. This balance allows happiness to exist without extremes. A heart at peace is not easily offended. It does not react to every word or action. Reduced emotional reactivity makes room for gentle happiness. When peace enters, gratitude becomes natural. You notice blessings instead of obsessing over what's missing. Gratitude nourishes happiness deeply. Peace allows you to enjoy simple moments. Silence, routine, and stillness no longer feel empty. These moments quietly carry happiness within them. A peaceful heart does not chase validation. It feels secure in Allah's acceptance. Without insecurity, happiness grows without fear of rejection. When peace is present, happiness no longer feels fragile. It does not disappear at the first difficulty. It adapts and survives because it is rooted in faith. Peace removes bitterness from the heart. When resentment fades, lightness replaces it. Happiness struggles to exist in a bitter heart, but thrives in a peaceful one. A heart that finds peace forgives more easily. Forgiveness releases emotional weight. This release creates space where happiness can live. Peace allows you to be present. You stop replaying the past and worrying about the future. Presence is where happiness exists. When peace settles, expectations soften. You stop demanding perfection from people and life. Lower expectations protect happiness. A peaceful heart does not rush joy. It allows happiness to come and go naturally. This patience deepens appreciation. Peace reduces fear of the unknown. When fear weakens, hope strengthens. Hope quietly carries happiness with it. When the heart is peaceful, even sadness feels manageable. You grieve without despair. This emotional balance protects happiness from being destroyed. Peace aligns the heart with purpose. Living with purpose brings fulfillment, and fulfillment nurtures happiness. A heart that finds peace rests in Allah's mercy. This trust removes constant self-criticism. Self-acceptance allows happiness to grow. Peace brings clarity. When the mind is calm, decisions feel lighter. Confidence increases and happiness follows clarity. When peace lives in the heart, loneliness loses its sting. You feel companionship with Allah. The spiritual closeness brings a deep, quiet happiness. Peace allows you to enjoy blessings without fear of losing them. You appreciate without clinging. This freedom strengthens happiness. A peaceful heart responds instead of reacting. Wise responses reduce regret. Reduced regret preserves happiness. Peace weakens envy. When envy fades, joy increases. Happiness struggles in a heart filled with comparison, but flourishes in contentment. When peace enters, trust replaces control. Releasing control relieves pressure. Relief invites happiness. Peace teaches you to accept imperfection. Life does not need to be flawless for happiness to exist. Acceptance makes happiness accessible. A peaceful heart no longer depends on external excitement. Calm itself becomes enjoyable. Happiness becomes subtle but lasting. Peace allows emotional healing. Healed hearts experience joy more freely. Happiness flows where wounds have closed. When peace settles, priorities shift. You value meaning over stimulation. Meaningful living brings deeper happiness. A peaceful heart does not fear silence. Silence becomes restorative. In that stillness, happiness gently appears. Peace allows you to smile without reason. You feel light not because everything is perfect, but because your heart is anchored. When peace is present, happiness is no longer desperate. It is calm, steady, and sincere. Peace makes happiness sustainable. It does not burn out or collapse under pressure. It remains through life's changes. A heart that finds peace stops asking, when will I be happy? Because happiness is already present. Peace connects you to Allah deeply. That connection fills the heart in a way nothing else can. Happiness naturally follows that connection. When the heart finds peace, happiness no longer needs to be pursued. It walks beside you quietly, gently, faithfully, as a gift from Allah, not a demand from the world. My dear brothers and sisters, life will always have its ups and downs. Happiness may visit you for a moment and leave the next, but peace is a gift that stays when your heart is anchored to Allah. When you stop demanding that life feel good all the time and start trusting the one who controls every moment, your soul finally rests. Peace is knowing that whatever Allah decrees is good for you, even when it hurts, even when it confuses you. It is accepting that not everything needs to make sense right now. It is letting go of what you cannot control and placing your heart in the safest hands of all. So seek peace over pleasure. Seek contentment over comparison. seek Allah over everything else. Because when peace settles in your heart,